Huge week for us. No time for us to be down in the dauber. We've got to be preparing. We already are to play a great football game against Saturday night versus a really good football team.
Coach, you've been your motto is flush it. Has your team responded to that well? Are they pretty good about putting these last two games behind them and looking forward to the task at hand?
We definitely put the one 2 weeks ago behind us. When we give them 24 hours, saw them last night. It was pretty quiet, but we hadn't talked and hadn't got to the film yet. I think we were all in that same spot. I felt that way before I got in with the staff, talked about what we were going to do and how we're going to respond, and started looking at the film. And then there's some hope when you look at the film and you start talking. So I think our team will feel the same way. They've got today off, and we expect for them to be ready to go tomorrow.
Mike Glass had 3 interceptions. One of them looked like the wind kind of lifted it and probably hurt him on that one. But on the other two, is he trying too hard to make plays, or is he putting it maybe in a spot he shouldn't on those? Or what's your read on those type of plays?
Yeah, no, I don't know which ones you're referring to, but
in the end zone.
Yeah. So that was a situation where we didn't win outside, and our underneath receiver drifted too far back. But for both of those reasons, he should have thrown the ball through the uprights. But it just got congested in a way that it shouldn't have. So it's our first drive. Obviously, he's wanting to put points on the board. Got to throw that ball away.
3 of 13 on third down conversions. Is that more symptomatic of what's happening on first and second, or is it an execution thing on third down?
Yeah, we're both. We're looking at that. When you get into third and long, it's really, really hard. Yeah. It's tough on everybody. But we're not in third and long all the time. And so then I would say it's more of an execution, situation, getting the right set versus the right defense and getting to the right guy. And, a lot has to be coordinated with all of that. But you want to stay out of third and longs. That's just a lot more difficult.
You guys averaged 2.7 per carry in this game. Is there a magic number for you that, this is where we want to be average-wise on a per carry basis?
Yeah, you'd want to be at 4 yards. You get to 4 yards, you're feeling pretty good. Then, and I don't know that anybody doesn't do it this way, but if you can get 4 yards on first down, you get half of that on second down. Now you're talking about a third and short. And anytime you get less than 4 downs on first down, you just feel as though you're a little bit behind. Not that you're going to run the ball on every first down, but when you can, and you're going to get 4, you feel really good.
Okay. So you gave up 5 sacks against Central, 3 against Ball State. Can you talk about the improvements that were made with the offensive line?
Yeah, so it's not always an offensive line thing. There's 11 guys out there working. But we gave up 5 sacks versus Central, whereas we, had been really, really good in that area, and then improved a little bit more since 2 weeks ago, this last week. To move on our feet, not being in situations where guys can, pin their ears back, and, if we're in a bunch of third and longs and they can pick their spots, but different pressures and getting creative and whatnot, it's a lot more difficult to stay clean for an entire game when you're ahead of the chains, ahead of schedule, and you got play actions and RPOs and you're running the ball. All of those things work together. But we feel good about our ability to protect the quarterback, and we're not going to be perfect at it, but that's something that we're always working on. And we believe in our guys up front, our backs, and Mike with his feet, his timing, guys running the right routes. All of those things work together.
And getting off the field on third down has been a struggle over the last couple games. What do you feel the reason for that is, and then how do you guys ultimately fix the problem? Yeah,
we've looked at that the last couple games, and I think that's one of the keys to this last week's loss is that they, other than the turnovers and takeaways, they won on stop downs, their offense versus our defense, and then we were unable to convert, those third downs, and they weren't all third and long. So you throw the fourth downs in there too. It's those are all the stop downs, and we've got to convert. So we're analyzing all of that. There's plenty of times where it's the right call, and you just miss on the execution of it. And again, I would just say that the fewer third and longs that we find ourselves in, the better. We really moved the ball well. When we got into third downs, that's when we stalled. When we're cooking on first and second down, we really were effective.
So you guys are tied with Western for the most passing touchdowns, but they also have the most rushing touchdowns. What kind of problems does that present for you guys defensively when you're game planning, and then how do you feel that you guys match up against it?
Yeah, I didn't know that stat. I know that they're good in the air and on the ground. I think it starts with their quarterback and their O-line. They've got a really good O-line. They've got a really good quarterback who just knows the offense, feels as though he's accurate, he's in control, knows how to get rid of the ball. And then, they've lost a lot of wide receivers, but just have replaced them. They're explosive. And then, Bellamy, the running back, I've said this a couple times, he can take a broken play and turn it into a 50-yard gain. He's just electric. So whenever a team is able, to be really dangerous in both the run and the pass, you got to defend the whole field. You got to be on your A game. So, and they do that well.
Could you talk a little bit about the effort of Kobe Beltram? Had a great game, 12 tackles, had a fumble recovery. Just a little bit about his effort on Saturday.
Yeah, so that goes back to January with him. Kyle Rockwall, Jalen Pickett, two outstanding starting inside linebackers for us. Both graduated. And Kobe, even just from January, stepped into a leadership role for us on the defense, and we needed that. And so he's done an excellent job being a first-year starter, of coming in, his first year starting as a senior and commanding the defense. He runs the front for us and isn't perfect, but does a really good job, and is playing really hard, cares about it, is very coachable, and again, is really taken over the leadership of our front.
Are you happy with the offensive tempo during a game? Some might look at the last drive and like, well, why don't we just play faster? Obviously, the team's in a prevent defense. You guys are trying to throw. You guys did a great job moving the ball down the field. But overall, are you happy with the tempo of the offense?
Well, so we probably are most efficient when we're going fast. But then again, I think we're staying out of third downs.
Right.
So, again, when our first and second downs are going, we're going. And we're, it's not necessarily chunk plays, but, we've got a good rhythm to it. And but then so we've got to deal with the third down piece. If we can have better efficiency on third down, I think we'll all be really pleased with what we're able to do.
Mike Glass had 13 carries. Do you want him using his legs a little bit more? Do you want to keep him in the pocket? Does it depend game to game how you want to use him as a weapon?
Yeah, in terms of the pocket, anytime if there's any kind of breakdown, then he's obviously got to do what he can with his feet. I think they were dropping. At times they were dropping 9, at least spying, and dropping 8. And then on that 3rd and 11, it was a great play by him on the scramble earlier in the game, flushed out a little bit and got us a first down. He's really good with that. We want him. He doesn't think feet first. He does an awesome job of keeping his eyes downfield, keeping plays alive, but then knows he's just intuitive. He knows when to use his feet to go and take it try to get a first down. In terms of the run game, we don't want for him to be our leading rusher. We want for him to keep people honest, and to be a nice complement, to our run game. He's led us in rushing some, and hey, we're going to do whatever it takes to win a game, but that's our first option. Wouldn't for him to be our number one ball carrier.
Does this game mean something special to you when you haven't had a win yet over Western Michigan since you got here? Does that put a little extra edge on it for you?
Yeah, even personally?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's two teams. This is the sixth year that we haven't beat, and that includes all 12. The whole league. We've had some good battles, with these guys, but haven't come out victorious, and they're really good this year. So yeah, I mean, I absolutely want to beat Western Michigan.
Your two student athletes you brought today, running back and a wide receiver. We'll start with Breck first, a guy that's been part of your program, gets his second career start on Saturday. What has he meant in this his senior year?
Yeah, again, I feel as though I say this a lot, but the 14 season, he wasn't here. I mean, that seems like 2 decades ago. So, I don't remember Eastern Michigan football, really without Breck Turner. Gosh, he was that first year that we actually recruited the whole class. Gosh, he may have been the guy that we were most excited about. And he's really talented. He's a great human being. He's a perfect fit, for our program and I think Eastern Michigan. I think that I still think his best football is ahead of him. He can run. He's got great speed. He's really become more physical through the years, and he can catch the ball. And again, I still think his best football is ahead of him.
In the second year with Line being here, you've given him opportunities both at wide receiver and lately being able to run the football as well. What have you seen out of him since he's come out of the junior college ranks?
I thought you were going to say gave him the opportunity to throw the ball too.
Well, I did.
Line didn't want me to bring that back up, so. No, even just, I remember where I was watching my son's basketball game up on a balcony of a small gym when Line called me and tried to trick me into thinking that he was going to be going elsewhere, and then told me he was going to come. And another guy, just a huge deal for him to come and be a part of our program. And from the get-go, been a great fit, really football smart, awesome attitude, great human being, and great hands. And like you said, I mean, he rushed the ball some on Saturday, had a great, fly sweep, and then has as good hands as we have on the team in terms of running routes and whatnot. It's been a great addition. So super glad both those guys are leading our program.
Anything else for Coach before we bring up the student athletes? No? Great.
All right.
Breck, thanks for joining us. As you look at this, your senior year, you get an opportunity on homecoming to earn your second career start. What was it like out there on Saturday for you to get that nod?
It was just a really good experience. I mean, being able just to go out there with my guys every week is going to be a really good opportunity for us as a team, just to, go out there and just compete and work hard and do what we can to win that game. But for me, it was an amazing experience for sure.
Questions?
What's kind of the mood of this team? Coach talked a little bit how you guys were great at flushing it after the Central Michigan game. Kind of the same feeling this week, put it behind us. And do you still feel like the team goals are the same for this season? Yeah,
I mean, we're good. I mean, goals are the same. I mean, the MAC, the conference is still wide open. I mean, I think is Kent State and another team are still the only teams undefeated in the MAC so far. So, I mean, it's still wide open, and we still have our whole goals in front of us, and we're all really excited for the Western game coming up.
How close is this offense to really turning it up? We've talked with Coach today a little bit about third down, converting third down, staying on the field offensively. Are there just little minor tweaks that need to be made for this offense to hit on all cylinders?
Yeah, I mean, like Coach touched on it. I mean, staying out of third downs, but it's like first and second downs. I mean, once we start moving the chains a little better on first and second down, then our offense is really going to take off. So we should be looking for that in the next games coming up. But yeah, first and second down are big. Third down, we need to do a better job of converting on those as well. But we have a lot of stuff planned. So.
Can you talk a little bit about the play of your offensive line, what you've seen in front of you in your couple of starts?
Yeah, I mean, they do an amazing job each week. Like Coach said, it's more about like 11 guys than just the offensive line. Ball State did an awesome job of like switching up their schemes and bringing different people all day, and so did Central. So it's more about like everyone than just the offensive line. They do an awesome job every week, and they prepare really hard. One of the best preparations was last week for them as well. So they do an amazing job each week. We just all got to be better.
And everybody feels good. Nobody's down. You still feel like we can still go to a bowl game. We can still do what we want to do. There's no frustration or anything like that. Feel good.
Yeah. We feel really good right now. We're 3-3. Would we want to be 4-2, 5-1 for sure? But obviously, we're 3-3 right now, and everything we want is still ahead of us. And we're going to keep going out each week and preparing like it is. So
you guys are averaging 270 yards through the air every game, and then 93 on the ground. Can you talk about why you think that is, and what do you need to see to progress from the running game?
I mean, I think Mike does an amazing job each week throwing the ball. Our receivers are awesome with catching it. Our offensive line does an amazing job pass blocking and run blocking. I think out of the running backs, we just need to be more playmakers, make more plays, break more tackles, stuff like that. Then our running game is really going to take off. So I think out of the running back room, we just need to do what we do best and continue to do that. And I think our running game will take off after that.
Yeah, so then this last week was 2.7 yards a carry. Do you think that's because you're not breaking enough tackles, or why do you think that was?
Maybe. Like I said, I just think as a group we just need to make more plays when we get the opportunity. If that's breaking more tackles, making guys miss, whatever it may be. But we feel like we're a way better running team than that, and we want to show you guys that throughout the rest of the year. So.
And since Shaq's gone down, you and Willie have been getting the bulk of the load in the running game. Can you talk about what that's been like, seeing your carries go up?
Yeah, I mean it's always good. Having more carries and stuff, especially with me and Willie, because we believe in ourselves, and I know everyone else does too. I think Shaq's going to be back pretty soon, and we're lucky to have him back too. So it just gives us another element in the running game. He's been awesome for us over the years he's been here. But yeah, I mean, me and Willie are really excited when we get the opportunity. Like I said, we just need to make more plays, break more tackles, and stuff like that.
And after losing the first two conference games, what's it going to take to turn it around this week to make the first one of the season?
Just keeping a positive attitude, keeping a positive mindset, going out each week with a lot of energy and being focused each week. Our scout team does an amazing job, did an amazing job last week getting us ready for Ball State. We really thought that we prepared really well, and it's going to take that each week, the preparation and the confidence to come out and know that we can get the job done. So.
And what's your message to the people writing you off after those two losses there?
You said what? I'm sorry.
What's your message to the people that are writing you guys off after those first two losses?
Just don't write us off. I think we're a better team when we get back to Eastern Michigan football. Like Coach Creighton was talking about us yesterday in our meetings. Like we're 3-3 now. People are thinking like our backs are against the wall, and which they are. And I think we play our best football when our backs are against the wall, and we can just show people that like we are better than what they think.
What's the description of Eastern Michigan football when he says get back to playing Eastern Michigan football? What exactly is that?
Like when people think about Eastern Michigan football, they don't think of a team that could have went 5-1 or can win a MAC championship. They think about a team that has lost for the past 40 years and don't have a lot of faith in us. And so when we have our backs against the wall, we're blue-collar players, we're blue-collar people. So when we have our backs against the walls, we feel like we play our best football. So that's what we feel like now, and that's what we're going to go out and do. So.
Does it make you proud to be kind of part of a generation of Eastern Michigan football that's turning that whole culture?
Yeah, I mean, one of the reasons why I committed was because I wanted to help Coach Creighton and this team and this program turn everything around, and it's been really good just being a part of it. But like we said, our goal is to go to the MAC championship, go to Ford Field and play, and so that's what we want to do, and that's our goal.
On a little lighter note, you get to moonlight in the marketing office as well during the day and throughout the week. Getting that opportunity and realizing maybe all the things that go behind the scenes, has that given you a little different appreciation as a student athlete for everything that goes into making a football game happen? For sure.
I didn't know a lot of the things that went into a football game, even soccer, volleyball games that are also in in this semester. But seeing what Ricky does, Ricky Mullen behind the scenes, and all the interns behind the scenes and helping out and what I do, it really gave me an appreciation of like everything that goes into it. And I'm glad I got an opportunity just to be a part of it and learn how to do all those things too.
Anything else for Breck? Your time. Well, this year with the offense, you've certainly had a lot of opportunities to get and showcase your skills. What has it meant to you this senior year to be able to run the ball, to have Coach trust you throw the football, and still catch it as well?
It means a lot. Just to have them trust me and be able to do a lot of those things. Like you said, running the ball. I've done that a lot in high school and JUCO, and just for them to trust me and know that I can do these things and be able to make plays with that, it means a lot.
Will you be in the coach's ear a little bit, hoping to improve your passer rating? Another shot down the line?
As much as I want to, the best for the team. Whatever happens, happens.
I would like to hear the story on how you tried to trick Coach and that you were going to another school.
In the summer, we usually have a bowling competition, and I talked about how the coaches versus players and all our different teams and all that. I talked about how Coach, I felt sorry for him and that the coaches wouldn't be able to win another bowling competition when I'm here. And they happen as well.
Talk a little bit about offensively. You've heard us have some of the discussions here about third down conversions, and same question to you. Is it just little tweaks here? I mean, what's it going to take for the offense to put more consistent drives together and avoid those 3 and outs?
Just being on the same page, honestly. A lot of those third down conversions where one person makes a mistake. Not a mistake, maybe wrong route, wrong depth, timing's a little off, offensive line. Just some little that makes everything go wrong. So it just sometimes goes unnoticed.
And are you guys good at self-coaching? Like when you get to the sidelines, if there's a player that missed a route or missed a block, are you guys pretty good about picking that person up and like, let's correct this the next time?
Yeah, definitely. Wide receiver in group, we definitely try to get on each other, try to pick each other up, and try to keep each other honest in those things. I know Mike Glass always coming to us and talking about how he still trusts us no matter what happens. I know running backs keep their heads up all the time, and O-line in their group do the same thing.
What's it like being part of such a talented receiving corps? This is a strong group of receivers. What's it like being part of that group, and what have you learned from some of these other guys about being a receiver at this level?
It's tough, honestly. We got, like you said, we got a talented group. Matt Sexton, speedy guy. Arthur Jackson, just a freak of nature. And just Q, Isaac Holder, Haas, all of us, really. Dylan Drummond, too. It's hard to, every week know who's going to make a play and make those big plays. So every week we just work on being ourselves and trying to make plays in ourselves. And also every week coming to practice and knowing nothing's given, so we just got to keep working. And, yeah.
Is that one of your greatest strengths offensively? I think that's one of the things we've seen from week to week is that any receiver could have a big week on any given Saturday. That makes it very tough on opposing defenses.
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, every week we're going to work, and we just know that we got to be the best ourselves. Try to ease up the running back game and just open it up for them.
Why did you choose Eastern Michigan? We joked a little bit at the beginning about picking this school, but what drew you here, and how do you feel about being part of a culture that's kind of changing the stereotype of Eastern Michigan football?
Honestly, I had 2 former junior college teammates that came here, and they spoke very highly of this place. They told me how tough they are here and how things don't look good on the outside looking in, but inside everything's right. Like, I just felt like it would be a right fit here. And my junior college coach always told me that big time is where you're at, and this isn't a Power 5 school or nothing like that, but just being here, just playing here, Division I college football, it feels great being out there and just being with my teammates, my brothers. It just feels honestly great.
Thank you.
Building off of what Tom said, playing on a receiving core that has so many different players, does that hurt you at all, getting into a rhythm, knowing that some weeks you might get 6 or 7 catches, some weeks you might not only get 1 or 2?
Personally, yeah, it does, but for the team, it doesn't really matter. If we're moving the ball, being successful on offense, then I'm all for it. It doesn't matter who's getting catches or not.
Then you're in the huddle and you know the double pass is going to come and you're going to get to throw it. Like, what's going through your head, and when you get to actually let go of the ball, like, what are you feeling?
Honestly, it came to a surprise to me. I was on the sideline, they're just screaming my name, and I'm like, oh shoot, we're going through it right now. And I kind of just rusted a little bit, but I was, like I said earlier, I felt good because they trusted me to run that play. And all practice, or all week, we ran the play, and I'm just like, I can make it. And I just didn't follow through in the game.
Did you think it was going to get called in the game?
No, honestly.
Then, so in the fourth quarter, you guys were down 29-23. Mike puts the ball up down the sideline, and Dylan ultimately drops it. How do you keep his confidence up, knowing that yes, that was a big play, but it takes more than that to ultimately win that game?
Well, Dylan's a big critic himself. He was very hard on himself after that. He even texted the group after, wide receiver group after. But during game, he didn't even look like it fazed him. He tried to keep his cool within himself, and we tried to help him out as well. Like, there's plenty other plays besides that play that didn't work out. Like my pass, it didn't work out. It was just a lot of things that didn't go into that.
And what's it mean? You got your first night game at home of the season.
It's a lot of excitement, really. Personally, I love night games. It's thing of beauty. I think playing under lights is great, and it's going to be so much fun.
And you guys are 9-point underdogs at home. Does that mean anything to you? Do you pay attention to the numbers they put out?
Not really. We don't pay attention to none of that. We just focus on doing our assignments correctly and making our plays.
And then do you feel any extra pressure? No. So about 74% of the offensive yards are coming through the air. Do you feel any extra pressure knowing that a lot of the offense is going through you guys? Does it make it harder for you at all?
As a receiving group, we do not. We take that as a challenge every week, and we expect to make those plays and make more plays as well, and keep moving forward for it as an offense.
And just back to the story with Coach, you tried to trick him into saying you were going somewhere else. Where did you tell him you were going to go?
I actually didn't tell him where I was going. Like, I had one other offer, and he kind of assumed that I was turning him down. So yeah.
Did you tell Mike Glass after the game you have a better appreciation for him throwing the ball after you had to go it?
No, actually, right after I threw it, I walked up to him after that drive, and I was like, I'm never throwing the football again.
You would have completed it. You want more attempts?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Anything else for Nick? Great. Thank you for your time.
All right, thank you.